Shall I compare you to the sky? No, that's not it. I don't like that. Shall I compare you to the lush green meadows in which I love to make love to you? No, that sounds so, I don't know, wrong. Let me see. Shall I compare you to what? Let me compare. No, let me start from the beginning. When I think of you, I feel so... No, that sounds so stupid.
Epigram.
I've got to get this exactly right.
A short and usually pointed poem.
You called Rudolph a son of a bitch. You said he used his red nose to excite virgins.
How come someone with a military haircut is always calling me a militant?
Hello, I'm Martha Senator, and this is the Listen and Be Heard podcast, soon to be a radio show too, at WPVM 103.7 in Asheville, North Carolina. It's Poetry Month, and it's been Earth Day. It should always be Earth Day. This program today is sort of a bridge program between producing just a podcast and moving into producing a podcast/radio show. So the next time I will be coming to you from WPVM studio in Asheville, North Carolina. We'll start broadcasting from WPVM on Wednesday, May 3rd at 4 p.m. And I will be posting the podcast probably on the following Thursday or Friday after that. I'm excited to be joining the WPVM family and enlarging the Listen and Be Heard network in the process. I've pulled some things from the Listen and Be Heard archives to celebrate poetry in the spoken word form in this program today. I also have some poetry from Tony Robles, some that he wrote himself and some that he picked out. And I have also picked out some poetry by Christina Rosetti. So please stay tuned, listen to some poetry, hear a little bit about community gardening, and before you know it, we'll be at the end of this program.
Knowing that what you see, what you hear is tangible. It's being a rock in the river and being the river too. It's hearing, you'll never be able to do that. Living it is knowing you will do it. It's speaking the unspoken. It's thinking the unthinkable. It's doing the unexpected.
Kim Horne, please welcome her.
Secrets are mama's places. Secrets are pot liquor. Biting, dripping, wipe your plate clean with your fingers because it's your house, your kitchen, and you can do what you damn well please. Maple syrup on my fingertips, this dust belongs to me. Do not wipe it from my bedposts. Secrets are common sense, are wisdom, part wise, part dumb. Ain't looking for pardon or approval. Secrets are what I done learned. What I don't say when I don't break down, watching you pack your shit and stand leg locked like I'm gonna turn the key and kiss you by with blessings on the way out. Secrets are the way I keep myself together. Reaching into tomorrow, knowing. Scratching the surface of my grandmama's last words to me, nearing the meaning. Hand on my hip, only in your mind. Neck twisting, only in your mind. Only in some before I knew childish recollection of me days, and then only in your mind. Secrets aren't what I keep from you, but what I keep for myself. Secrets are the sweet in the basin of my tears when I speak in new haiku of me and you and ooh, Secrets take space and make room in ways nobody sees except me. And sometimes even I don't be sure if just when they hitting me, if that mood swing thing is taking hold, or I'm losing my mind, or gaining my wings, tilling my soil, planting my secret, growing, watering, reaping, sowing, releasing, boomeranging, mending, bitching, healing, shouting, vibrant, yellow, cooling, hot springs, types of gardens that rise and bloom and spit and touch the moon in ways nobody sees except me, when there ain't no one around to lay claim but the woman, me, myself. Gracias. In order to walk away. She's got to have enough of herself still left unfolded on the table to walk away, to stand and face the truth. He betrayed and split the pull of the moon to her womb, the rise of her breasts, breathless crests upon the water, with bits of her body folded in his vest, songs of her spirit origami trash bagged in his front pocket. She must first be able to behold the accumulation of herself, raised exponentially to the rage of a steep fire in a cold hell, before she can let go, turn around, and walk away.
Pure poetry. That which is innocent of any design to instruct, improve, or convert the reader.
We are in National Poetry Month, and we are in the month of April 2023. And I want to read another poem in honor of this month. And this was a poem that I wrote in honor or in dedication to the great poet Wendell Berry, and it's called What is Poetry For? A handful of dirt, a handful of sky, a handful of flowers. The wet of seasons pressed into pores of memory. I plant myself behind the checkout desk at the public library. Seeds of poetry fall from the sky and onto the floor. A worker arrives with a broom. A snatch of wind at mid-step knocks him off his feet. What was that? He asks. The seeds of poetry are all over this place. In the crevices, seat cushions, under eyelids of those dreaming of an awaiting sun. Sprouting from the ground is a book of poetry by Wendell Berry. It is covered in dirt and sun and stained with moon scars. I lift it, cradle it in my hands, like a handful of dirt, handful of sky, handful of flowers, as he answers the question, what is poetry for?
Elegy. A poem of lament or of grave meditation. I never said I loved you, John. Why will you tease me day by day and wax a weariness to think upon, with always do and pray? You know I never loved you, John. No fault of mine made me your toast. Why will you haunt me with a face as wan as shows an hour-old ghost? I dare say Meg or Ma would take pity upon you if you'd ask. And pray don't remain single for my sake, who can't perform that task. I have no heart. Perhaps I have not. But then you're mad to take offense that I don't give you what I have not got. Use your own common sense. Let bygones be bygones. Don't call me false, who owed not to be true. I'd rather answer no to 50 Johns than answer yes to you. Let's mar our pleasant days no more, songbirds of passage, days of youth. Catch at today, forget the days before, I'll wink at your untruth. Let us strike hands as hearty friends, no more, no less, and friendship's good. Only don't keep in view ulterior ends and points not understood. In open treaty, rise above quibbles and shuffling off and on. Here's friendship for you if you like, but love, no, thank you, John.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Listen and Be Heard. Today we're here in Hendersonville, North Carolina, speaking with Delia Hovel Dubon of the Abundancia Food Distribution Group or co-op. We're here this morning doing some beautiful work, establishing a community garden. Delia, can you tell us what's going on out here?
Yes, today is the first World Day for 2023, and we are working in a space that's going to be called Las Flores.
Las Flowers. Okay.
And the vision is creating this space, the first outdoor space who has intentionally want to honor the Hispanic community. Mm-hmm. And that means we want to create a community garden where we can grow food, but at the same time, we want to build a shelter, we want to have a playground, we want to have a space where people can gather, mm-hmm. Have a safe space where they can share special moments, educational moments. And this is a collaboration between Conserving Carolina and us.
Conserving Carolina.
Yes.
Okay. And that's a nonprofit?
It's a nonprofit.
Are they based in Asheville?
They based in Henderson County.
And what's the name again?
Conserving Carolina.
Conserving Carolina. Yes. And that's how I guess we got access to this piece of land?
This is a piece of land that they own.
Okay.
And this is a collaboration because they really want to create some spaces where community members can use.
Yes.
And honestly, we are really happy to start. It has been almost 2 years just to create the idea and decide what was the best way to create spaces for our community.
Well, you've been doing a lot of good work the last couple of years. You have the farm growing vegetables. You also have the food distribution program that just happened yesterday. Can you do us a favor? We have a crew that's been out here for the last couple of hours. Can you just maybe just walk over here and just show us what it is that we're doing this morning?
What we are doing is we are installing some raised beds.
Yeah, why don't we go ahead and take a look? Yeah. And what kind of beds are these?
This is some raised beds. It's honestly the most affordable way to grow food.
Okay.
And to make so much.
And these are the boxes right here?
These are the boxes.
Okay.
And we're gonna fill with some compost and soil. Mm-hmm. And the idea is grow vegetables and some other herbs in this area.
Yes.
Today we're gonna install 8 beds, mm-hmm. and that's gonna be the first phase of this project.
Yes.
We hope this is gonna move some Hispanic community members to this area to mm-hmm. just start growing food.
Well, I know, with so it'll allow community members to actually come and plant.
Yes, that's
vegetables.
The idea.
So I guess culturally appropriate vegetables as well.
Yes,
right?
and we are also aware about some local food that we can have access to. Mm-hmm. It's hard for Hispanic community to introduce in their diet some local food, but it's something that we need to do just because we need some food security, and we have to be able to also eat and consume what the climate condition provide us.
Yeah.
Kim Horne was the feature at the Listen and Be Heard open mic on July 11th, 1995 at the University of the Streets. At the very beginning, you heard a little bit from Mission of Love, which was recorded at the New Knitting Factory on February 13th, 1995. And that was the voice of Paul Kamai reading from the script that was written by me, and you heard some music in the background, which was by Jay Rodriguez Sierra, who is also providing the original music for this podcast. So some relationships go way back. You also heard a couple short, quick poems from the lightning round of that same open mic, and the first one was by Robin Grant, and unfortunately I don't know who that other voice was. We're going to go on now to hear a little more of Mission of Love, and from the Liquid Sound Lounge round of that same open mic where DJ Jeannie Hopper provided a musical background for people to improvise to.
The memory of your eyes holds me entranced within a strange new world, peculiarly enhanced by the funny twist of your thin-lipped smile and the gentle humor of your easygoing style. The memory of your hands on my bare skin evokes a fantasy of a place where I've never been or even heard of before I saw your knock-kneed walk and listened to your crazy spaced-out talk. The memory of your body bathed in neon light while you explained the world in black and white and then held me in your awkward, skinny arms leaves me longing to be captured by your charms. When you read this poem, wherever you are, perhaps you will look up in the sky and see a star that will shine on you and make you think of me and realize that you are the only one to set me free. Oh, I don't know. I never get it right. Maybe she'll like it. What do you guys think? I don't know.
Occasional poetry. That which is composed to commemorate a particular event, casual or significant, sad or festive.
You can read this, but I'm going to perform it like no one can. Upper East Side girl. Am I losing the music? An everlasting Deb. Single when she's 30. She'd rather be dead. Allowance once a month. Manicures when she can. Always on the lookout for the perfect man. Hates her stupid job. Perpetually late. Does aerobic classes during her lunch break. Loves her happy hour. Smokes a light cigarette. Talks about her cat. Like you even give a shit. Under bright, over thin. A spiritual midget. Drinks a cappuccino. Puts a sweet and low in it. Upper East Side girls hanging out in a bunch, drinking low-fat mimosas, always doing brunch. Shopping Madison Ave, she's a high-rent girl, and the Upper East Side is her whole entire world.
Like part two of that joint. It's not a song. The men said, "Baby, baby, I love you so." That's what they used to say. It was good for her ego until their lust fade away. She's lying on her back, looking up at the ceiling. She got this funny vibe as her cigarette burns to the filter.
Every time I kiss you, my house burns down. Off goes my electric and my phone no sound. I wish I could resist you, but no cure's been found. So every time I kiss you, my house burns down. Poem. Fascinating, contemplating all the love is creating. When love is everything, then everything is cool. Joy and tears we share together, leaving you, why would I ever? If you're my everything, then everything is cool. And even in my dreams, I'm dreaming dreams of you. And if love is everything, then everything is cool. It tickles when we touch, sun lights up the air. Sometimes we're so close the whole world disappears. Believe in you I see my eternity. Tell me, what do you see when you look at me? Because even in my dreams, I'm dreaming dreams of you. And if love is everything, then everything is cool. If love is everything, then everything is cool. And everything is cool, and everything is cool.
Woke up this morning late. Clock didn't alarm. Mocking face just watched me hugging your absence. My chest, belly, legs, S-curved the way your back, ass, legs molded them. Clock's long telltale finger pointed right to the open door. Wouldn't say what time you left.
I feel like being real quiet and having you stroke my womanness real slow-like with your wet tongue in a room half filled with daylight, 'cause I want to see you there.
This is a poem called Tangerine. The tumor was the size of a tangerine, he said, as he ran his finger over the incision the brain surgeon had left. And outside the thrift store, beyond the mountains, the sun is hiding its face. The man came in looking for a toolbox, and he found one. A red toolbox with the name Milwaukee affixed in white lettering. It was the perfect toolbox, he said, just what he'd been looking for. He learned of his tumor after he took a walk. He walked faster and faster, losing control of his legs. After an MRI, he was told he needed to be admitted immediately. They got it, he said, the size of a tangerine. The surgery costs $180,000, he said. I thought I had insurance, but I didn't. That's an expensive tangerine, I said. He opened the toolbox and smiled. He reached in as if he, too, were a surgeon and pulled out the sun that had been hiding near the mountains. He held it like a tangerine.
Ode, a lyric that is exalted or enthusiastic in tone and, whether regular or not, elaborately designed. To what purpose is this waste? A windy shell singing upon the shore, a lily budding in a desert place, blooming alone with no companion to praise its perfect perfume and its grace. A rose crimson and blushing at the core, hedged in with thorns behind it and before. A fountain in the grass, whose shadowy waters pass only to nourish birds and furnish food for squirrels of the wood. An oak deep in the forest's heart, the house of black-eyed tiny mouse, its strong roots fit for fuel roofing in the hoarded nuts, acorns and grains of wheat, shutting them from the wind and scorching heat and sheltering them when the rains begin. A precious pearl deep buried in the sea, where none save fishes be, the fullest, merriest note for which the skylark strains his silver throat, heard only in the sky by other birds that fitfully chase one another as they fly. The ripest plum down tumbled to the ground by southern winds most musical of sound, but by no thirsty traveler found. Honey of wild bees in their ordered cells stored, not for human mouths to taste, I said, smiling superior down, what waste of good where no man dwells. This I said on a pleasant day in June, before the sun had set, though a white moon already flaked the quiet blue, which not a star looked through, but still the air was warm, and drowsily it blew into my face. So since that same day I had wandered deep into the country, I sought out a place for rest beneath a tree, and very soon forgot myself in sleep. Not so mine own words had forgotten me. Mine eyes were opened to behold all hidden things, and mine ears heard all secret whisperings. So my proud tongue, that had been bold to carp and to reprove, was silenced by the force of utter love.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Tony Robles from Listen and Be Heard. Today we are in Hendersonville, North Carolina, where some very special things are happening. We're speaking with Rose Lane of Conserving Carolina, and there's a wonderful project going on in back of you, on the side of you, and tell us what's going on this morning.
Well, we are working with Delia and with Tierra Fertil and other community partners to create a new community garden in this space. And it's part of a larger vision for a project called Las Flores.
Las Flores,
So we began bringing volunteers out here, I think, 2 years ago. And what was on this space looked totally different than what you see today. It was all like completely overgrown with kudzu, with multiflora rose, with privet, with all these invasive plants that were just choking the land. But Delia had a vision for it to be something different and for it to be a gathering space for the Hispanic community and for the larger community.
Yes.
So it's a piece of property that Conserving Carolina owns, and we invited volunteers out, and they worked really hard month after month for like a year and a half, and they cleared out a ton of English ivy, kudzu, and all that.
Yeah, let's see if we can get a little look over here. Just exactly what folks are doing. They're planting. They've built the beds, and so Conserving Carolina owns this piece of land. So it's a vision actually for community.
Yes, and it's a vision that's evolving, and Delia is the one to best speak to the vision. But it's meant to be a place where people can come together, people can connect, people can be outdoors, they can grow food, they can connect with nature, and they can be part of healing the land. Because when we started this piece of land wasn't a really healthy place, right? It's just choked with kudzu and invasive vines and other things like that. And the stream over there it's a beautiful stream, but it's not in the best condition.
Yes.
So we're trying to bring back a place that has native plants and a place that is fertile and full of life, where people are growing food and feeding themselves, their families, their neighbors.
You know, that's really beautiful. Can you just show us, maybe you can turn around, just show us what people are doing right now, Rose?
Just
come on over.
Okay.
Yeah, just show what people are doing.
Okay, so our volunteers who are out here this morning, they are building raised beds for the community garden that's going to go in on this spot. So this is the land that volunteers cleared. So we now have space to put a community garden, and we're getting going on it. So we're really excited to see the next big phase of this project. So the first big phase was getting the land ready, and now we're using it. Like, we're using the land to grow food, and this is like that starting.
So since we're talking about tierra, which means earth or dirt, earth in Spanish, why don't we take a walk over here? You can show us what's going on in the pickup truck over here, and we have the wheelbarrow and
Why don't you ask Pam about that? Hey Pam, hey what? Tell me about the dirt.
Yeah, I'm with Listen and Be Heard. We're a platform out of Greenville.
Fantastic. Yeah, this is donated horse manure. So there's a farmer at Deer Meadow Farms in Chesney, South Carolina, that has donated compost for us in the past.
Okay.
And he's got a horse farm, and so many of them are stabled. And
in that place and time when the pulse of generations beats in the ears, an internal song of love and guts and longing, singing in the bones, untold sorrows, desires and unfulfilled desires, moments of triumph, all bending toward that moment stretched across the universe. When the body calls, the body. Countless cells resurrecting themselves, planets spinning around stars. The body. A vessel holding water from the well, virgin water from the ocean depths, running water from the mountain streams. The body. A ship with the wind of whispers of the dead in its sails, bobbing on a sea of technology, searching for a beam of light, a message of home. The body, manifesting itself in every direction from the body, animating thoughts and brains and bodies bent to new tasks. The body of need, the body of need, body of need, the body of dreams, the body of dreams, the body of people, the body of people, rising from ashes to struggle, resurrected from the dead. When the body calls, the body calls, the body calls. dreams. The body of people.
Can I read you my new poem? Please listen to it, okay? I just don't know if it's any good. I never knew the pleasure gave birth to pain. I never knew the word love until you came. I was content to be content and pay my rent. Then you spoke of love and then you went. I thank you for opening my eyes to my heart, but the love I feel for you is tearing me apart. I wish I could say that I wish you never came, but I only want to love you and get some of the same. If you let me read this poem to you, I just want to say that I know what you want, and I know the only way.
This is the Listen and Be Heard podcast. You've been listening to poetry from the archives of Listen and Be Heard back in the day when it was an open mic at the University of the Streets in the East Village of New York, where we not only did a new episode of the soap opera Mission of Love every week and impressed people from the audience to play and read the different parts. We also had a lightning round where everybody did a short, quick poem. And we also had the Liquid Sound Lounge round when DJ Jeannie Hopper was spinning, and it was much more improvisational. No one really hosted it, and it depended on who was there and the vibe in the room and the poetry that people wanted to read. So a couple of voices that I did recognize. One was Charlotte Taylor doing that Uptown Girl piece, and the other one was Everton Sylvester at the end of that set. You also heard bits of that soap opera that had many different lives. First, it was these short little episodes that we did every week, and those came together, and I think I wound up doing 4 parts, but that was from part 2 that was done at the Knitting Factory and then broadcast on WBAI Radio. And also you heard poetry from Tony Robles. I was reading poetry of Christina Rosetti. I also read a little from the Poetry Handbook, a Dictionary of Terms by Babette Deutsch. There was a live recording from the Fundbureau back in the day. That was Sabina Wertmann on the bass and toys, and Heinrich Karberling doing percussion, and I think it was DJ Marga Glantz. And I had fun. I actually had 2 mics, one that had the effects pedals and one that didn't. And it was just something that we did live, and it used to be fun to do that stuff. It's available if you want to find it. We're going to finish up with a little bit from Martha's Kitchen Garden to continue our other theme, which is the earth, the restoration of the earth. We heard from what's going on up there in Hendersonville, creating a community garden. And this is down here in Greenville, South Carolina. I will be back live on the radio, WPVM 103.7 in Asheville, North Carolina, on Wednesday, May 3rd at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And this podcast will be posted the following Thursday or Friday. So if you've been on the ride this far from episode 1, this is where we enlarge our audience, our network, our communication a little further by becoming part of the WPVM family. And I'm looking forward to the nourishing things that will grow from that garden. See you then. Thank you for listening.
how many more snapping turtles do you think are in there besides the one we caught?
Well, there's the one that got away. The one I saw this morning that wasn't the one that got away. The ones I've seen over the years that are like this big that we haven't seen yet. So, and then there was the little one that I now regret throwing back in. Which, how many was that? That's close to like 8 or 10, just that I've seen, I don't know how many times you should multiply that by to be realistic about how many's in there. I would say, and then I'm only talking about the snapping turtles, because there's all kind of turtles in here, but it's the snapping turtles that I'm concerned about. So they call them cooters. I don't know what they really are, but we have those, and we have the box turtles. I think these painted turtles, they call them. I've seen a lot of turtles. And some of them are really beautiful, too. And I mean, these snapping turtles, they got a personality, that's for sure. But unfortunately, they like to snap duck feet. And they like little baby ducks, too. I've seen them get the little baby mallards. And the little baby geese. It's kind of heartbreaking sometimes to watch these things happen in the wild. But now I've invested in these ducks, and, we're invested in each other, so I'm out here fishing, snapping turtles for the safety of my ducks. And that's the way it goes.